Way for a change. How's everyone doing on this Halloween? Oh my God! Come on in from Europe. Where's my Great Britain people? Where's my Ireland people? I know it's going to take a few minutes for you guys to realize that I'm here, but you're going to be so proud of me that I got the phone correct for a change. So this is Coffee with Cannon, and so great Sunday, Halloween. Diane Hollow, hey, you guys starting to wake up. Cheers. Coffee with Cannon. Cheers, guys. Good morning, Brian. Orientation is good. What's going on, time traveler? I'm just so happy that I was able to finally get the orientation on my phone correctly. Uh, I hope that this is forever now, that I won't have to worry about this. Germany, my Europeans are showing up. Boxing MMA, how are you, buddy? Good to see everybody. You know, sometimes I just go. I didn't want to wait till noon, so I said, let me just make sure this orientation is correct. And boom, and I said, you know, something, I might as well just go live. You know, uh, Flower Child, good morning from South Carolina, y'all. Good morning from Hanford, California. In the car, me and Pete listening. Richella, you guys are always available. It's so great to have you guys here. Danielle Marie, you having coffee too? You know, yesterday, as you guys know, my wife is recovering from surgery, and yesterday, we had delivered a dozen bagels, cream cheese, and a big box of Joe, but there was no note as to who it came from. And today I found out who it was from. It was from my nephew who lives in Texas. He sent it via Uber Eats, but I had no idea who sent it. So, Sean Gagliano, thank you so much. That was very well appreciated. Very sweet of you to send that. And I had a bagel today. I had an onion bagel today with tuna fish on it. Doesn't tuna fish just somehow go with onion bagels so well? I mean, it tasted so good. Benny, yes, good morning from America, living in Germany. Woo. Jan J, hi everyone. Richella Pranzo, yummy. Richella, isn't that true? For some reason, tuna fish and bagels are just amazing, right? I saw that Don Wells was arrested just after midnight on a DUI, driving under the influence, driving while intoxicated, whatever acronym you want to use. Listen, I always maintain he's not a good guy. Many people tried to take the part of the Wells family, Candace and Don. I don't think that either one of them are good people, and I still maintain that they have something to do with Summer's disappearance. Uh, and we don't want to do a deep dive into that, but I really feel that. And here he is, he's getting arrested again. He's can't help himself, you know, can't help himself. Mike Champlin, amen. Lisa, happy Halloween. I told you guys on the last show, 10 years ago today, I retired from the NYPD. Unbelievable, right? How fast time goes. It's like it just flies by, you know. And Halloween, I guess I had a sense of humor. You know, I had wanted to stay till my 27-year anniversary, but I didn't because I think I told you guys this story before. I needed the money, and they owed me a lot of money, back money, and I needed that money to pay for my son's college tuition. So I left a little earlier than my 27-year anniversary, but no big deal. But if I didn't leave when I did, I would have had to wait a full year to get the money they owed me, and that wasn't for me, wasn't an option at that time. So I don't know if any of you guys saw that interview with Alec Baldwin. I think he was in another state. First offense DUI in South Carolina is 10,000, lose one driver's license for 1 year. Thank you, Richella. Uh, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Look at the colors, man. The fall day. I mean, it always reminded me when I was young. To me, when I was a kid, football was everything. You know, I lived for football. I loved to play football. I loved to watch football, and just that fall weather just made me think of football all the time. You know, Lorna McKenzie, how are you? Great to see you. Benny, yes, yeah, watch it. So the interview with Alec Baldwin. Uh, I'm going to come right out and say it. I don't like Alec Baldwin. I just think he's really a nasty human being. Having said that, I wouldn't wish what happened to him to occur on anyone. I feel sorry for what happened to him. However, he has to take some responsibility for it. You know, his negligence, as well as the negligence of two other people, at least two other people, caused the 42-year-old woman to be dead by a gunshot wound. And if you saw the interview with him, It's almost like he took no responsibility for it. You know, he just has this mean temperament, just you know, this narcissistic me temperament. You know, uh, he is a POC. What does that mean? Police off the cuff? I don't know. I don't think he's a fan of this show. You know, someone said we should use POTC, police off the cuff, instead of POC. Polka Dot Suzanne, yes, he's an arrogant person. You know, he's an activist. I can't tell you some of the things he said against cops when cops were in situations where they were in shootings. Uh, he actually made a quote in 2017. A cop in California shot and killed somebody, and Alec Baldwin made a quote. I can't imagine what it feels like to wrongfully kill someone. You know, and I don't want to comment on the karma of that, but it just doesn't seem like he really takes responsibility for his actions. And he's not a likable person. I'll put it that way. You know, although you know, it sort of gets separated into. Some of the Baldwin brothers are good. A couple of them are decent guys, but Alec doesn't have to happen to be one of them. You know, karma. Yeah, you know. Look, you don't wish, as I said, you don't wish that on anyone. Oh, you had no idea that the woman that was with him was his wife. Yes, she was. I think he has like 6 kids with her or something. It's. Yeah, said that his kids were in the car crying, and why wasn't his wife in the car with them then to comfort his kids? You know, look, right now he's, you know, the reporters. A lot of the reporters are tough to deal with too. He just had a personal tragedy, and they're following him around, trying to get him to do an interview. So I guess that's what he did, and he claimed that the police told him not to talk about it. The police don't tell you not to talk about it. Your lawyer tells you not to talk about it. All right, so I could see the police saying don't give any interviews, but you know, really, your attorney is the one that's going to tell you not to talk about it with anyone. Hello, Joey Brooklyn. How are you, buddy? Benny S. Exactly. Boxing MMA. Killing someone must be a heavy burden to bear. Maybe him believing it wasn't his fault might help him with the guilt. Potentially, yeah, potentially. So, you know, it seems like the Gabby Petito case is starting to wind down a little bit because, you know, when you think about it, there still is a lot of investigation to do because in order for them to close that case and say that it was cleared by, for example, that Brian, in fact, killed Gabby Petito, they have to come up with a lot more evidence. And I came up with an idea of how they could do that. And I'm going to probably do a show about that with Phil Grimaldi, possibly tomorrow night, about what needs to be done more with the investigation. I don't know if you guys saw me. I was on Friday night. I was on Ashley Banfield at 10:23 hours, and she was asking about what should they be doing in the investigation in the Rust shooting. And I wish I was given more time because one of my things I had said is they need to have locked down that crime scene, that church, and then take all the 16 people that were inside of that church and secrete them to an area where they could separate every single one of them and interview each one of them separately. And of course, you know, it's for some reason I can't find the link to it. I was looking all over for the link. I'm going to call Newsmax and ask them if I could get the link to it. But right now, I don't see it. I searched all over YouTube and I couldn't find it. So they were talking about the crime scene, and then Ashley Banfield said something like, "Well, shouldn't they be doing gunshot residue tests on everyone, and shouldn't they be fingerprinting the guns and all this other stuff?" And I told her, I go, "Look, they really shouldn't be fingerprinting the guns." And this is an actual. I used to teach at the criminal investigation course in the NYPD, and one of the things I found out through a crime scene report was that in 10 years in the fingerprinting of guns on the NYPD, arrests with guns, homicides with guns, the NYPD crime scene unit had a 2% positive fingerprint lifting prints off of guns in those 10 years. So is that a very good? No, that's not a very good ratio, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the surface of guns is not good for lifting fingerprints. All right. Number two, fingerprints are made from the oils in your skin. So when you fire a gun, the gun gets hot. So if there is a fingerprint on the gun and it's made of those oils from your skin, the heat will dissipate it and in essence make the fingerprint disappear. There you go for why there's only a 2% lift ratio in 10 years on the NYPD. And that was in a study done by the NYPD crime scene unit. So when a lot of these people, because of television, oh, lift the fingerprints off the gun, it's very, very difficult. It's probably easier to lift DNA off a gun now than it is, well, not lift, they swab, they'll do a swab of the gun for DNA. In the Russell Timoshenko, who was a police officer in the homicide, he was killed on a car stop. And I believe there was 3 or 4 perps inside the car. And when the perps fled, they left the gun inside the car. And they were able to swab the gun and come up with the fingerprints of the shooter. They actually got his fingerprint, not his fingerprint, excuse me, his DNA off the trigger, which was unbelievable work by a crime scene unit. So, you know, when you talk about lifting fingerprints, Jimmy Calandra and Beth Avenue, how you doing, Jimmy? Keep up doing those great shows. I listened. You're a great storyteller. That's Jimmy Calandra's in the chat. Great to see you, Jimmy. Beautiful Sunday here, right? Look at the colors behind me. I mean, and finally, Christine O'Loughlin, a nice Irish girl in Ireland here. That's a terrible Irish accent on my part, but I try, you know. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Yeah, folks, if you're not, I feel like this is ad nauseum. I'm saying, if you're not subscribed to us, please. Big Al Johnson. Big Al Johnson's in the chat. He was in my academy class. Isn't that amazing? 121, 1985. That was our academy class, and we were Company 48, C Squad. Isn't Banfield Link News now? It's I believe it's Newsmax, you know, and I tried. The show I did with her was Friday night, and I was on at 10:23, and I cannot find the link. I'm going to call them maybe later today and see if they can send me the link, you know, because I've looked all over, and I've had other people look over. And people have called me and texted me and said, I saw you on Ashley Banfield, but I cannot find the link. Big Al Johnson, he's laughing, he's in the chat. Big Al Johnson, he's from Do or Die, Bed-Stuy. I brought him... is it News Nation, Roni Girl, 1971? Okay, News Nation. I don't know why I wrote Newsmax, News Nation. But I still couldn't find the, link. News Nation Now. Okay, I'm going to go search for it again when I get off this coffee with Cannon. Guys, take a hit of your coffee. If you got some Baileys in there, God bless you. I shouldn't even say that. My friend Big Al Johnson, who was my academy class, Michael Geary, a JD, Juris Doctor Michael Geary, we taught together at a college. Michael Geary is another retired NYPD 4-4 precinct, and he smartly got his law degree when he was on the police department. Now he's a big shot at a college. He's a dean at a college, and good to see you in the chat. Kathy Bates got the Dunkin' iced tea. Misdemeanor, love Bailey's. I do too. In fact, I got to get another bottle soon because the holidays are coming up, and it's that great after dinner, pour it in your coffee. MK, search Everything's Rich Mama Trick 3-hour, 27-minute version is here on YouTube. It's amazing how many corrupt, I can't read all of that. Grizzly's in the house. So happy to see you on her show. I'm actually going to go on Gisela's show today at 5 o'clock. She's having a benefit for Gabby Petito, and I'm gonna go on her show at 5 o'clock today. Barbara Kukuru, Molly is good too. Roni Girl, and good morning from Walla Walla. Factual breakdown. Bailey's on top of vanilla ice cream. Oh my God, I don't need those calories, but yeah, it's probably delicious. Cult member, go Grizzly. Again, any of you guys not subscribed to Police Off the Cuff, go on our YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up, ring that bell, and Dip them in butter. All right, that's all. That's our motto. Dip them in butter. Or dip your melons in butter and polish your rack. So we owe whoever invented that. What a great saying. We should have, I said that we got to have that put on a shirt, a promotional shirt for police off the cuff. So this is Coffee with Cannon. For a change, I got it right with my phone, and the chat is going the right way. The phone is going the right way. I'm looking the right way. I feel so good about it. I was so frustrating not being able to get it right. So, a lot of people are asking again with the shooting on the set of the movie Rust. Shout out to the 3-4 squad. Lisa Clark, I'm from the UK. Can I ask what dipped in? Everyone asks what dipped in butter means. I'll tell you one more time because I know people. We used to say on the police department when someone was hooked up, that means they were connected. They were politically connected, and they had a job that maybe they didn't deserve, like they worked in harbor, or they got into Joint Bank Robbery Task Force, or they got into some JTTF, Joint Terrorist Task Force. And if they didn't deserve it, we would say that guy's balls were dipped in butter, meaning that he had a charmed career. So that's where it came from. Unfortunately, I find it funny, and a lot of people thought it was really funny, so we carried it with us. And Lisa Clark, sorry, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Lisa Clark. Joey, it made me check your channel. Morning, Bill, and good chat. Lieutenant Pete, Harlem Raiders on the air. Grizzly Books, Gisela, you're on the air. Mike Champlin, dipping butter. Lisa Clark, welcome. What does polish your rack mean? I mean, I'm giving the definitions to all of our terms. Polish your rack. When a cop is heavily decorated, on the left side above his shield are his medals. That's called your rack. So when I was a sergeant on the NYPD, the detectives, kiddingly, they would bust my chops and say, "Oh, Sarge, you couldn't do this or you couldn't do that." And I would say, "Go get your gun cloth and some gun oil. I'm going to take you to my locker room and you can go polish my rack." So it was more or less a put down, but it was meant to be funny. So that's where it came from. Polish my rack of medals. It's more or less a condescending term. Oh, really? Go polish my rack. So. Vlad Riot, the link to buy the cup and other merch is in the chat. Mike Champ, sure, guys, that's not what I mean in the South. Well, you know what it is, of course, it's a double entendre. And that's what makes it funny. A double entendre when... hello, Julie Jackson. Kathy Bates, polish the rack always seems like it's provocatively dirty, especially for us well-endowed redheads. Yeah, well, yes, I said it's a double entendre. Lieutenant Pete's going to be on Gisela's show tonight at 5 also. Great, Lieutenant Pete. It'll be great to see you there. Ronnie girl, damn. That's what Gisela always says. Damn. Yes, Gisela, my pool is covered for the winter. There's no polar bears in my pool, Peter Pranzo, great to see you from Joey, Brooklyn. Angela Ang, where's Joe? Are you the only one of the family watching this now, Angela? I don't know where's Joe. Is he representing a client? Is he coming up with some new defense strategies? So getting back to Annette Alvey, nice to see a cult member. That's a great title. Taylor, laugh out loud. That's great. So any of you guys having kids coming to your house today, trick-or-treating? Trick-or-treat. I remember I grew up in Levittown. We loved Halloween, but we were some mischievous kids. We used to buy dozens of eggs and, of course, throw eggs at everything, including moving humans, But Halloween was sort of mischief night, too. Taylor, my mom grew up in Levittown. That's great to hear. Yeah, I grew up my whole childhood from the age of, 6 till, when I moved out when I was 20, 23, 24. Oh, well, moving out also, I went away to college. I went to Buffalo State College. After I graduated from Nassau Community College, I transferred to Buffalo State. So AA, BA, and then I have an MS from John Jay. I don't know why I'm reciting my degrees, but Don Taylor, me too. It seemed like the perfect neighborhood back then, Levittown. Yeah, Lots of kids, great sports, safe place to live, you know. Here in Germany, it's 5 p.m. right now. Just gave the first kids of the evening some Kit Kats. Wow. So I didn't know Halloween was a thing in Germany. I thought it was just a U.S. holiday. I guess it is in Europe too. Do they trick or treat in Ireland? Anyone here from the Emerald Isle? Time Traveler said, I love redheads. Send pics. It's not that kind of channel. Angela Angies, Joe's got to keep on top of the paperwork. That's right. So you guys can get that table at Rayo's. Want to make sure he's on top of it. Grizzly Books, Harlem Raiders, big ratings for Butter and Rack Chat. Halloween is taking off in Sweden too. Wow. It's becoming an international holiday. So we got some good shows coming up. I just booked a guy named Jonathan Aprelier, who's a Frenchman, but he's a war photographer, and he just came back from one of the border areas where he spent time doing an investigative report and photographing what was going on, and he's going to do a show with us on Thursday, November the 11th. Myself and Phil Grimaldi will be interviewing Jonathan Aprelier. S the best. Yes, it is. My daughter's having a Halloween party here in Germany. We even have the fireplace on. It's so cold. Martin Corderreels, no real trick-or-treaters. It's so much a tradition here, Belgium. Parties and cafes. People, I guess, love to dress up in costumes. I was almost going to wear a Halloween mask, but I thought that might be a little chintzy. I know you guys might not like it, so I didn't wear the mask. I got my own mask on. And we also going to do 2 shows, and I don't have the exact dates right now, with the author Michelle Mcphee, who wrote the book Mayhem, which is a great investigative report on the Boston Marathon bombings. And we're going to do a deep dive into that. And we're also going to do a show, and this is that I don't have this definite date, also with Michelle Mcphee on Whitey Bulger. And if you don't know who Whitey Bulger was, he was he was one of the biggest Irish mobsters in Boston, and he actually was an FBI informant. While he was wreaking havoc and mayhem in Boston, he was signed on to be an FBI informant, and no one knew that until he was arrested. He was on the lam for, I think, like 14 or 16 years, and they found him in Santa Monica, California, with his girlfriend. And he was 81 years old, and he was living in this little apartment with cats and all this stuff. And he had like $1.8 million in cash in the apartment, as well as a whole arsenal of different types of weapons. And he was arrested, and then he was brought back, and they put him in a federal prison after his trial, after his conviction. And the same day he arrived there, he was murdered in prison. And that case has never been solved, which sounds a little crazy, but Whitey Bulger was not a good guy, you know. Margot Sieg, 9 a.m. in Arizona, pumpkin carving and candy or treat offerings for the masses. Well, that's good. I'm glad Halloween is... Vlad Riot, Kathy Bates, he was off allegedly by the creek from Springfield. I know a lot of you Bostonians, you New England folks, you know who Whitey Bulger is, and you can tell us probably a lot. He's not a household name. He's not like one of the 5 families in New York City, but he was a bad guy. He was also implicated in 19 murders. Annette Alvey, 112 watching, smash that like button. Boxing MMA, Kathy Bates, not Boston, Springfield. Well, what are you talking about, Kathy Bates? I'm not sure. Annette Alvey, how are you? Good to see everybody. You hear the cars going by. It's a nice. It's not cold, but it's like a crisp day here in Westchester. Mike Champlin, 19. Damn, Kathy Bates. Oh, you're in Springfield. Okay. Jan J. Hi, at Joey. Good to see all you folks. Not as many people today. UK is prison island, free society. Not as many people from Ireland and Europe today, unless you guys are still in bed, you know, sleeping off a late night last night. I don't know. But where's all my UK people and all my Ireland people and Australia and even South Africa? Where is Factual Breakdown 65 and sunny here on Oak Island, North Carolina. Helen Lupton, hi from the UK. Annika Myron, Sweden. SSS, it's Sunday. They're in church. There's Freedom March going on in London. Charleston was originally portable. Ireland here, our clocks went back an hour. No wonder you're late. Jan J, England, it's 4:07 here, Lisa Clark. Utrecht, Grizzly, the Netherlands, that's where Gisela is. I just learned how to say Gisela's name. I used to call her Gisela, because that's how it's spelled. But then she says, no, my name is Gisela. And if you listen to her speak, she has like perfectly pronounced words. She says demand, though. I demand, We don't say that here. We say demand, but she says demand. And she goofs on some of the words we say, like coffee, Cawfee, coffee, and boss. She doesn't like the way the way we say that, coffee and boss. Let it be summer. Here in Canada, my son drank all my milk for the coffee. That's crazy. That's horrible, right? Do you have any vanilla ice cream in the refrigerator? That works as milk. You just take a little chunk of vanilla ice cream and throw it in your coffee. Bob Gabay, our clocks were changed in Israel too. It's 6 p.m. and dark. Oh my God. Look at how we all get together in this world, having fun. Coffee with Cannon. Cheers. Let it be summer. Yes, you reminded me. Hi from Scotland, UK. Good to see you live. Thank you, Jeanette. Margot Sieg. Oh, clever. Kathy Bates, cheers. I'm trying to read all these chats go by some fast. Schlante, boxing MMA. Let it be summer. I haven't, then you use vanilla ice cream. It works great. If you never used it before, you could say, Bill told me how to do this. I've run out of milk before too and said, oh, look, we have vanilla ice cream. You just use vanilla ice cream instead of, it works like cream, So, yeah. Single Mama 4, cheers to you too. So good to see you guys. So, I get a lot of emails about cases that folks want us to cover. And sometimes people watching us or listening to us, they think we're still like in the investigation business. And we don't, we don't have the staff or the financing to actually go to these locations and partake in the investigation. So we do the best we can. But really what we are is we're an entertainment show more than that. We're not really here to do an investigation on the case, but we do comment utilizing our expertise on what we think should happen. And are we always right? No, we're not always right. I'll be the first one to say that. Investigation is a lot of hypothesizing and theorizing, and that's how cases get solved. When detectives sit around with each other and they start talking about, well, what if this, and what if that, and what if this? And that's how misdemeanor entertainment with facts, for sure. Let it be summer. Yay, Stacy. Yum. So we're trying to do our best with doing different cases, but we want to do cases that people are interested in. And sometimes you take a chance on something that maybe a lot of folks may not be interested in. YouTube's a funny thing. It's almost like you play the YouTube algorithm, and if YouTube likes what you put up there, they push it out, and the show can get thousands and thousands of views. If they don't like it, they don't push it, and the show just right here it's I started at about 11:43, so I've been on 20, almost 30 minutes. So I guess I guess it's about 12:15, 12:20, 12:11 it is. Okay, 12:11. If I could do math, Angie, I would have been an engineer. Funny, right? Yeah, Joey Brooklyn, the YouTube algorithm is very fickle, that's for sure, Sometimes you could do a show and they just like it. It hits the algorithm and they push it and it goes off the charts. Other times you could do a show that in your own opinion is great. Like this is a great show, but it doesn't get a big audience. Real with Robo, I'm watching Trial and the Facts Confusing Me. I'd love to hear your rundown on Mark Keith Lloyd. He killed a pregnant woman and a cop. Is that from England? I'm not even aware of that case. Uh, let me know in the chat where that case is from. But thank you for the $5 super chat. Grizzly Books, uh, Gisela. Gisela, when do you ever sleep? And when you do you sleep hanging upside down in your closet? Because it seems like you're always awake. You're never in bed. Single mama for Yankees for life. Uh, Crazy, crazy, crazy. But you know something, folks? It's good to be alive, right? Enjoy this beautiful Sunday, Halloween. For me, it's my 10-year anniversary of retiring from the NYPD. Uh, in NX Masonari, she sleeps on the case, according to Gisela. Uh, JR always love to watch and leave a comment to get the algorithm going. Everyone in go in comments, even to say hi. Yeah, folks, give us a thumbs up, say hello, uh, tell us that you like it. You know, if you like coffee with Cannon, give us a number one in the chat. Right? Yeah, Lieutenant Pete says type A folks don't sleep. That's true. Or you don't sleep a lot. So that's good, Stacy. Thank you for the one. Kathy Bates, Joey Brooklyn, thumbs up or a number one in the chat. Stop promoting the jab. I I was on the TV show. I wasn't promoting the jab. We were talking about, you know, they're more or less gonna there's gonna be punitive sanctions for people that don't get the vaccine. You know, I don't think that's fair. I personally have the vaccine, and that's my own personal choice. I got it last February, and then I got the second jab in April, and I felt after that was I felt safer to go travel, safer to be around people, safer to go to the gym, safer to go out to restaurants. So that was my own personal choice. Polka Dot Suzanne, no jab for me. Free society, going to be huge repercussions on the jab. Well, you know, that's why a lot of people don't want to get it. When I was on the show the other night, I said a lot of NYPD and FDNY and a lot of city workers, they don't trust the government, and for good reason. During 9/11, we were told that the air down at Ground Zero was safe. You think they'd like to pull that one back after thousands of people got cancer? I think they would, because the air obviously was not safe. So people don't trust the government, you know. Mark Keith Lloyd is a Florida case, real with Robo. I'm going to look into it. I'll look into that case. I'm not aware of it right now. Misdemeanor, freedom of choice. Uh, I've had J&J. I've had both, but should be your own choice. Tina Wright, hello from Canada. Canada, cool cat lady, hello. Uh, get the jab or do not get the jab. Leave it up to the people. Do not make them get it. Simple. Darlene Dunlop, welcome to the bucket. Thanks for joining our police off the cuff family, Darlene Dunlop. Cammy Birch, me neither. Polka Dot Suzanne. Uh, it's the mandates for civil service workers that's wrong. It's not about the vaccine. May de Blasio forgot that NYPD, FDI workers, yeah, they were on the front line when this virus first started, and a lot of them got it, and a lot of them have the antibodies, and that's one of the reasons I don't think they feel like they need to get it. Uh, Misdemeanor, I'm double jabbed saying that. Markeith Lloyd case, you can find details on Law and Crime Network channel. I'm going to check that out. I'll definitely check that out. Uh, Let it be summer. So I'm hoping all you guys have a great Halloween tonight. Jan Bernard High just saw geese fly by. Happy 10th anniversary on your retirement. Is that like an omen when geese fly by? Or does that just mean they're going to warmer climates? Welcome, Darlene, to the Police Off the Cuff family. Uh, Grizzly never rests. She's unhibernated. Uh, I heard from a heart doctor that if you have had virus, too fast. What is the bucket reference to? I'm not going to go into all the definitions today. I'll do it one other. I'll do it at another time. But so all of our on the YouTube are. I think we have 5 now. We added another one. We have the first tier is the bucket. That's $2.99 a month. For $6.99 a month, it's coffee with Cannon or morning call. Or what did I first name it? Was it coffee with Cannon or it was uh, beverage Cannon with, or morning coffee? I forget. Second one is polish my rack. The third one is dipped in butter, and the highest tier is heated dipped in butter. And I know I'm missing one. Thank you so much. Someone just said they love our show. I looked up and your name was gone, but breakfast coffee with that's right. Breakfast coffee with Bill. Backyard beverages with Sergeant Cannon. John Mollahan. Thank you, John. Good to see you. Number 1. Coffee with Cannon is better. SSS. Great. So, folks, I try to stay at the 35-minute mark, and I'm at 36 minutes and 16 seconds. I just want to say to everyone, have a fantastic Halloween. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy. And, Mondays don't mean the same to me as they used to, Stop Free Society. I'm not promoting anything. Hello, Bill. Carve it up. Claire Blight. Carve it up. Patreon, dipped in butter. That's right, Pete Pranzo. Thank you so much. Go enjoy your day. Happy 10-year retirement anniversary. Thank you guys so much. On behalf of Coffee with Cannon, you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for spending 37 minutes with me on this Sunday afternoon. Have a great day.